yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
I don't know, Ancestor. I don't know. Nonetheless, we have returned to the Venso estate. And we are reminded that the infestation will start spreading out everywhere. Probably should take a look into trading the stress levels of our heroes. Since the crocodilian or whatever it wasn't quite as friendly as one would have liked. I do think it's for the best to... So brothels taken. Let's throw Fee Camp to drinking and... Contagion. Cursed heroes who share the same building or activity as other heroes have a chance to pass the Crimson Curse on. Well, alright, I guess I'll have Fee Camp enjoy the drink on their own. And attempt to toss everybody else here. So Wearables had Unquiet Mind. And Lily is going to want to flagellate, so... This is happening, this is happening, and this is happening. Right, what about the rest of ya? We probably want to treat Warbadon's tetanus, but let's first see...
Just as I feared. Now loosed from their brackish prison, they will spread like locusts across our land.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see, a man-at-arms only, plus protection, plus healing received, and plus dodge if in position 4. Do we think Marilla could make a good position 4? To be honest, they could use Defender and the buffs from there, but... It seems bad, let's be completely honest here. What do we have here? Gather grain sacks for protection padlock, which would fit Vogan. In the Weald we are going for quickening satchel. And then on the Cove we would have the Bloodied Fetish and the Eldritch Killing Incense. So thus far it looks like the We Must Eat would be the logical choice. For we would get the Bumber Crop Town event, whatever that did again. What with the other places not providing as much luck. On the other hand, we would be getting a Cove boss out if we did a mission over on the Cove. And we could use the experience for our new guys, so... I think we'll be unlocking the Cove boss, actually. Or do we have... Do we have a need for portraits? We'd have a need for deeds at the very least, which would be available here, but... We don't yet have a level 3 party, so I guess we are skipping on that. We have the Eldritch Killing Incense though. But, so do we have the Bloodied Fetish? Busts or portraits? That's the question now. What do each of those give us? So this place it's busts, whereas this place has the portraits. We have plenty of busts in the stores, so I think we will be going for the portraits in the end. Well, we've made sure of that. We'll probably be taking Vogan with us, and the man-at-arms. Then what did you do? You were the close quarters combatant, which is not the best thing with this lineup. What did you do? You put them bleeding, didn't you? And you could heal stress, so I guess you'll be put in. And Musart, you could fight from the back, so I'll be taking you as well. Cry havoc, they say. Guess it's somewhat of a capable team composition. And since it's just a short level 1 thing, I don't believe I need to buy anything special for these folk. There were some negative quirk removals here where they're not. Could take a bit more of the herbs. Then again, I don't really have... Well, Musart's going to be using that. Let's see here. Food, that should be enough for 3 meals. Shouldn't have need for more than that. We have a night blind fellow, but 9 torches should be good. Then 2 shovels, don't think we'll need more. Oh wait, 3, there was barnacle chest bout. 2 skeleton keys and... I do think that's about it. Yeah, that should do it.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
So we've 2 fights ahead of us and a rather simple map that can be checked easily. Well, let's get on with it. I don't think we'll be coming back here, so let's just begin with a shovel.
If only
And we get a
treasure
shovel
could
back.
staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Think we'll be burning the first torch here,
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted,
since it'll
and
work for,
purpose is made clear.
2 fights. Now then I won't be having none of this from here. Let's try and get this ground crawl out of the way before it explodes on our faces. Did these things bleed? Hardly. But it's worth putting damage on them both. Don't really have a healer for the party, which is unfortunate. But one cannot have everything. At least we have 2 people who can self-heal. So that's a buff. Not too worried about that. You got 2 HP, you are dying. You are less so, but I'm more worried about your damage output right about now. So let's move the more damaging move. That's a dead one. And that's a dead one, so we've successfully completed this combat. Might as well put some buffs on people since we are moving immediately to the next fight.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
And this is a room fight, so I think we might as well use these. Last time we didn't, and we didn't get anything out of not using them. Try and pummel down that one real quick. And some healthy attacks on the ground troll before it explodes. Because that's not going to be good for the health of this composition. Might as well stun it, unless we throw Beast's Bile out. But less damage is less damage. Can I crush it? I should be able to.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And that's better. That's not good though. We need to be stunning that guy. Which, fortunately, we've got a plenty. Unfortunately, this move doesn't quite reach, but we might just put the damage on the grouper then. And then the stun. Let's try and finish that one off. It's finished, essentially. Perhaps retribution would be a good idea. Now let's see here. Might get a kill on this person.
Continue the
We
onslaught.
did.
Destroy.
Now it's just a
them
guardian
all.
remaining. So let's try and take them down if we at all can. They've got a high amount of protection on them, but... And it's just they can't do anything to that spot, they can just focus on healing the stress. That's stun resistance, so we'll be waiting just a bit longer before we deal with that. No more extra stun resistance, so let's get to stunning again. And stress healing.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Yeah. It's going to be a beat down from here on out. And not even that. 25, 20. More heals for the Houndmaster. And you might as well heal yourself. You are missing some HP just as well. And you might just put a buff on us since there's no better use for it anyhow.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Loot, loot, loot. So what's up next? Obstacle, curio, empty room. And here we have an unlocked strongbox. Which is trapped. Not too surprising, actually.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Out of the way, shipwreck. I think I forgot to check the stagecoach, as unfortunate as it is. But we missed just one group of people. So what's in here? A sack of things. Perhaps we'll come back later. With less light or some such. Well, here we won't be coming back with less light. I think we can afford using one more shovel on something like this.
Finding the stuff is only the
Two
first test.
torches on a single
Now it
stand.
must be carried home.
Well, let's use them both so they won't be taking up a slot. Since we have this extra food here, you can just eat it, Mariluck. No scouting, unfortunate. Let's see what this hallway has for us. A surprise. I'm not too happy about it. Let's try and get this trawl out of the way before it explodes. I know I'm repeating myself with that, but I really don't enjoy seeing those things blow up in my face. Since these are rather low on health, let's try to get the Hound's Harry working its magic on them. And you get back to the back.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That's a lot of minus dodge. Luckily enough, you find folk have movement skills. Most of you are anyway. Well, you don't, but you can move one to the back. And let's work more of the bleeding magic. Now there's less we need to do. So might as well put on some stress heals.
Their formation is broken.
Easy criticals.
Maintain the offensive.
Stress heals. Who wanted stress heals? And that's that fight done with.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
We are doing fairly well, if I say so myself. We could be making a bit bigger profit, but now let's check out this one. It's a trap. What's in the back room here? A whole group of groupers. That's a funny coincidence. Well, let's start taking them down, I guess. As much damage out as possible. Can't really focus fire right now, but also stunning as much as possible. You, on the other hand, you'll be using the other dog treat and try and finish that job here. Good one, good one. And thus we only got one hit from the enemy, which is rather good. And that's another one bite in the dust. Let's go for the back while we can. Let's see what slash actually hurts. Well, you stop it then.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
So they can hit pretty hard when they feel like it. More stuns. So not everyone can hit there. But I think this is the more important target with the highest damage dealer. And that should be it. That's the combat, I believe. 6, 16, 8. De-stress yourself, you've earned it.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
That's that lot dealt with. Nothing here, as unfortunate as it is. Up here then. And we walk into a
Watch your
trap.
step.
A lot of debuffs from that one. Unfortunate. Now we're not skulking in the dark like the monsters themselves, it just happened to be so. So there's nothing there either. Interesting.
Packs
Well,
laden
that's
with
money.
loot are often low on supplies.
Would we happen to find any of those quirk purging curios around? Those would be all good and well. Bas relief, a puzzling ancient sculpture of dizzying implication. Don't remember what I was supposed to do with those, so I'll skip it for now. Now we have one more room to check out, so let's get a move on. Ah dear, that's the courtyard folk out and about. And our second victim of the Crimson Curse is Marillac. Well, well, well. I think we should take care of this one that engorge themselves with blood, since it just might be the more dangerous opponent. So now they're barfing on us. How impolite. Let's try stunning. Oh yeah, they've got so much stun resistance, that's never going to work. No curse for Vorgan, not yet at the very least. Continue harvesting the supplicants. Should get a fair bit of damage on them that way. And you put a Hound's Harry on, might as well finish the one in the back row. And you try stunning this bloodsucker here. And darn it. It could have worked. Well, you try it, Vorgan. You managed it. More Crimson Curse from a single encounter in the cove compared to the whole trek around the courtyard. I'm not saying these percentages would be off, but there's a very real chance that I'm not buying into this sort of thing. You'll be fine. You're getting back to the hamlet soon and all.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
You carry that since you can carry it. Let's
The
put
way
some
is
light
lit.
up.
The path is clear. We require only the
It
strength
says
to
the
follow
sacrifice
it.
of fire is the gate. Ruin place a torch who crave the void. I ain't craving the void. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
The
But
match
no.
is struck. A blazing star is born.
And that's all the rooms. No reason going back, but what did the detour to the last room cost us? Well, it did cost us 2 instances of Crimson Curse.
We will find all manner of great and terrible things in this watery tomb.
One of the infected heroes is a thirst which can only be satisfied with the blood. Feed them soon or they may begin to weaken. I'll keep it in mind. So now you are meditator and you attained some gambling skills. Didn't you, Ventress?
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
So Feecamp had a night on the town and recovered 56 stress, no longer hopeless. Lily did the flagellanting and recovered 100 stress. Variable sprayed and recovered, and so on and so on. So who's dying now? You are dying. Well, not necessarily outright dying, but complaining about it in any case. What's on the stagecoach tonight? Ooh, now this is something I've been looking for. Hylomania and a bit soft, but we can work with this, I trust. We just need a bit more space, which we cannot afford. Well, that's awkward. Anyone want to hop out? Since I ain't trading for 14 deeds. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So with Dismas here, And with Gilpin here... I mean, Gilpin's really astonishingly good with his quirks. Whereas Dismas... Well, he's got quick reflexes as well, so he's not bad. Tough call, but do I need... I think I unfortunately cannot take the Antiquarian right now, even though I'd really want to. Unfortunate. But so it is sometimes. Now let's see, nobody here really needs stress relief, do they? Well, there can be a case made for Vaughan, who's got a whole 40. So we'll be tossing Vaughan to drinking. Yep, you are still alive tonight. Let's see where we'll be sending people. So for Plague Doctor, accuracy, stun and blight by the gallons. Real good, even with the stress thing. Then here, the Antiquarian Scandal of Life. I do think it's for the better if we go for the Siren, actually. So Lily, you had the tapeworm, you can make do. So if we were to take, say, Lily and Gilpin. Now, who else would be willing to join us? Perhaps... yeah, let's call in wearables, and since bosses actually take people, will be requesting Saloon to join us tonight. No, but it actually doesn't allow that, even if it's a boss, so I guess we'll be calling on our good friend Feecamp here. Should we still now we got a good bleeding going, even if the cove is usually rather resistant to bleeding. We could consider Wobadon. But then again, it's not the best we have with the tetanus. And they got the trinkets to reduce these things, but... Tough call, tough call. I do think with this amount of bleed resistance reduction, while we'll be getting the things rolling a bit later than usual, we should be able to do it. Or we could just call upon Venoi. So nothing sacred. I think this group could work. Only thing is we'll lose Iron Swan if Venoi works with Gilpin. So we should rather have Dismas over there. And if we're going against the boss, we might want to upgrade our things a wee bit. Here on the smithy. Can't really purchase any upgrades here, so... And you are ready. That's good. Then the guild. You got the skills. You really haven't, but let's fix that. You got the skills and you've got the skills. Yep, seems about right. Seems about right indeed. We might want to get the vulnerability hex for you, since we have a few people that benefit from it. But that should make a good team against the Siren too. So let's see, here we got the firewood for camping, and we shall have the food. That will be on the safe side. We shall have the torches, and since there's a boss fight, a couple more to make the way there easier. Few shovels should do the trick. A few keys to bring home loot. A couple herbs for purging potential quirks. Not really much there is, but Fecamp could use some help with the severe negatives. And then some blood for Fecamp. I don't think 3 is quite needed, but I'll be having 3 for good measure. Or at least, well, I wouldn't know how fast it works. It won't hurt to have more, I just bring them back if I don't use them, don't I? I think it works like that. The Siren steals heroes, we might want to take a bit of bandages. But won't we just be throwing them out from the way of the loot? We might. Yeah, we shouldn't really play to that amount of... let's get on with it.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later. I always wondered what became of the unfortunate little waif.
So let's see here. The boss is usually further away. And in my book we could just make a beeline for the boss and then do a more thorough looting run later when we can leave whenever we so please. Since we got a good pile of food, I think that's what we'll be doing. You won't die yet, will you? Will we be testing that out? So what's here then? Resistances, that's good. And now a scouting. That room has a battle with Curio, there's just a battle. As I was saying, we shall be making a beeline for the boss and then be returning. Well, that's a good amount of scouting for us, I do believe. So let's begin the fight. Flashing daggers. And grape shot blast. Almost got ya, Deep Sting. Almost got ya. Unfortunate stun, but you didn't get more resistance against it, so I'll be accepting. And you, troll, I'd rather remove you from the picture.
A faint hope blossoms.
Grape shot.
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
Georgian's charm plus healing skills. Well, since there are lots of Eldritch here, I think it's better if we swap the move stone. Since your main objective is not to use Demon Spell, but to heal. Already hungry, are you? Well, let's fix that, since we'll be needing the food for later. Given the shape of this dungeon. Let's begin with the iron spawn. Almost. Please finish that one, will ya, variables?
Give them no quarter.
And then let's get on to work with the stress dealer.
Obliterated.
Alright, let's deal with the stress dealer. And since you are focusing on a single target, I think Fecamp will have an easier time healing them. So appreciate it. Now it would be a good time to attempt to slay these. But since we've ways to deal damage aplenty, we could just stun them with the Yarp.
Their formation is broken.
But if we can just get a kill, well, there's no guarantee, and this debuff doesn't last that long. We'll just stop the damage from coming in. You cannot hit them, but give yourself an accuracy buff. Maybe it will last. And you'll be slashing. And nobody to heal, so hex them some more. Don't think we really gained anything with that extra round, but
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And on we go. Here's a trap. You get a 70% chance to reduce your stress. We'll go for it. And we'll low roll it.
Ambushed by foul invention.
It happens. Could remove the combat debuffs, but it's not that bad yet. Another one of these. We'll be checking it on the way back. Didn't quite make it in time,
with
but...
loot are often low on supplies.
So blood-soaked pages from a torn journal. Should be nothing here. So that's an empty room, that much we can tell. Well, if you want to check it, do it. I'd rather just save them for later, Fecamp, I would. And this is an empty room. This should be the boss. So I think it's about good time to camp.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Oh, so you don't want to eat, do ya? That's unfortunate. Don't really need something as powerful as gallows humor. Unless you'll sharpen that. You'll clean your guns. We could use bandit sense. If that costs 2 and bandit sense costs 4, we cannot do them both. And this increases the stress of Fecamp, so no, that we cannot. We got encourage here, time cost 2, so we got something for 3. Fecamp, Feel free to abandon hope. Now, perhaps a bit of encouragement as well. Now what can we do here? We could put some healing on him. We'll be facing a nighttime ambush, I believe. Let's split the buffs a bit. A dark strength onto a Helion here. And now let's fight off the ambush. Up, you run out of wood. Yeah, stop
The
talking
match
and...
is struck. A blazing star is
No
born.
ambush. I guess. An immediate fight. Well, we'll be wanting you available at the front, thank ya.
Eradicated.
Too bad they already got their move off.
Unbalanced.
Too bad our healer was stunned with a critical hit, but you cannot have it all. Flashing daggers. Stop killing the healer! I already lost one occultist to something like that. And I'd rather not have it again. Have it happen again. Well, let's stall for some time so that Fecamp can heal themselves, can we?
Precision and power.
And you stunned them. Well, it didn't work. Clear the corpses then, I guess. Alright, that didn't at the very least make use of turn on something inane and stupid. That's not quite the kill on the sea maggot. Oh well. With Fecamp healed, and the same story can be said for Helion here. Let's just finish this off.
These nightmarish creatures can be
Not too
felt.
interested in the
They can
bleed
be
stone,
beaten.
really. Take that down. Take a look at that later.
As the light
and...
gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Okay, guess I'll be giving you the
Made
blood.
clear.
Bring the blood is terrifying effect on the hero, they crave violence. Alright, so more damage, more speed, more resistances. Is a good thing, I would say.
The aquatic devils have remade the poor girl in their image. She
That's
is their
the
queen
siren.
and their slave.
Well, let's start by buffing oneself. And you mark that target. A 50% stun resistance, so better we just get on hacking them down. Good adrenaline rush, but we already buffed one person, so... they are trying... She was trying to take onto her side, but didn't quite get it. Well, let's put out a tracking shot for good buffs. A guardian. That I would rather not see. So let's try and take it down. Anything we want? do here? Well, abyssal artillery isn't too bad. How much stun resistance? Not too much. Let's try and stun it. Got them both. Didn't join her. This is interesting to say the least. I've usually had this kind of thing happen. Well, let's just keep damaging them until we need to take down the Guardian. Could put some damage in the Guardian too. Okay, now she's there. Now let's not kill her. Because that won't be doing us any favors. And let's instead try and go for the Guardian and the boss. That hits the Guardian, so I guess that's okay. And Guardian down. Now, don't you eat us! I appreciate you buffing yourself, I do, since you are returning eventually. That's a difficult spot for you to be in. I'll say that much.
Well struck.
The pelagic group is better than the other option there. Let's try and bring the Siren down quickly. The marks don't really last since she's taking more actions per turn. And now she has her. Forward 1. Unfortunately little, but it's something. Could you stop shouting about that fee camp? You are stressing the people out. As a stun, that Shadow Fade is. Let's indeed try to take down the Siren before these things get ridiculous. And so you are back now, that's good. Let's pull out the vulnerability hex. Throw daggers. Open some veins.
Seafaring trade, the lifeblood of any port, can resume again now that the routes are safe.
And a wicked hack.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's
Protection, less speed. Don't really want it on any of ya. I guess we can use some food here to make space. And now get on our returning route. And a secret room. A critical scouting success will sometimes reveal a secret room. Advance the tile marked with the star and press W or click to enter. I need to have a key, but I've got 3 of those, so all is good. Now let's see here. I have 3 meals worth. That should carry us far enough. We dealt with the boss, so there should be not much trouble there. So it's here that we have the secret door. And this is an ancient artifact. And the key shall open it. Junior's head, plus 30% healing skills, plus 20% stress, and 2 puzzling trapezohedrons. Well, I won't be needing a blight stone, or a protection stone, really. Let's be honest here. Or a move stone. And now, since that's 15%, that would be 30. Yet it's so much more stress that I don't want to risk it. If you're going to be going mad anyway, I would rather not have you do it. Due to me putting a rather stressful trinket on ya. Since, you know, carrying someone's head might get a wee bit stressful after a moment. Let's give you another chance. How bad can our luck be? Not as bad as with nighttime ambushes prior to this. More food. I guess I underestimated your ability to become hungry. I wonder what curios we have over there. You are no longer bloodlusted, that's good. More torches.
A handsome
Just
reward
burn it.
for a task well performed.
And you'll be walking into a fight. Oh, brigands. Well, you two ain't going to be doing anything on the first round. And then let's start with the flashing daggers. And with that one so close to death, a great shot blast. You can get Demon Spout. More flashing daggers. We are doing pretty good here now. Heals. More great shot. And that's a fight dealt with. Antiquarian
Foolish
only
horrors.
plus
Brought
dodge.
low and driven into the mud.
Let's see here. Nothing really that I would be willing to toss, since journal pages need to be brought back to the hamlet I've read. Then again,
The light, the promise of safety.
if we are going to be running out of food shortly, do we really need the torches? What am I saying? Course we do. Do we need the jester dice? Well, it's difficult to tell. I'll be leaving it behind. Worry about the consequences later. Can't have more cash money. Yet I think holding on to these items I currently have is more valuable. Don't you dare push her away. Darn it. Venoi being that fast, not going to be good for our damage output. Get on forward, yup. And it isn't good for Dismas either, so take a step back and peek on heal. our grave robber bit. Now that we've got ourselves back in order, let's try this again. And the shaman breathe us a bit closer. And now with the shaman over there, don't... Well, not ruined yet. Our AoE effects still hit ya. And you could finish off that Garuba. Whereas when we have a special job for you, please do Iron Sworn that acolyte out. Well, you did, technically, what was asked for, but I would have appreciated if you had hit the attack. This must make you attempt. See here, there's someone doing the job that I was expecting you to do. So now you'll be having to do his job. Take down the brawler, will you?
Decimated.
Yep, that worked out.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I have a fair bit of crests and all that. You ate shovels, didn't ya? That's money. Guess I'll be tossing the jade away after all.
The way is lit. The path is
Next
clear.
thing going away is
We
torches.
require only the strength to follow it.
You probably won't be exploring the whole place. Well, you de-stress yourself, since you have a fairly good chance. And you become selfish.
Self-preservation is paramount, at any cost.
Let's see what's here, and... You are what we were looking for, actually. Let's see, yeah, it's Feecamp who's going to be taking this. Shocker removed. That's a good one. Don't think we want to fight with an afflicted person, and we've made quite a bit of progress already. It's an empty slot in the inventory in the end, which is not ideal, but let's call it a mission. Should have a fair amount of money left over. Yes, yes. Less so in heirlooms, but you can't have everything. So you lost Ruins Tactician for Weapon Tinker, that's alright. And now we have a problem, all of our healers are now on level 3. We desperately need more deeds, just so we can have more healers in the lineup.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
But we are going to have to be looking at that the next time about. And next time we might also finally have a reason to be going after the Swine Prince. Because that would be swell. But for the time being, we'll be leaving the Venso estate alone and return to it after a week or so.